Hi guys, this is Aegis, and this is an anti-spoiler game. This is game 5 of some game that will need an anti-spoiler, so I'm just casting this so that I can fill a space for any matches that don't go to game 5, so it's not obvious exactly who won. So over here we do have FXOtgun. FXOtgun is playing as the green Zerg player, and on the other side we of course do have DuckloadRa, who is otherwise known as WhiteRa, spawning over here as the red Protoss player. He does have a probe headed out over here to throw down a pylon so that he can wall this off easily to get his fast expansion over here. Our Zerg player against the fast expansion has a variety of options to try to bust that, or he could just go for a really quick third and fourth base to go for that economic build for the long run of the game. FXOtgun now going for a gas extractor trick. He does have an overlord now out on the field, will alleviate that stress on the food count. We do have a probe now scouting in here for DuckloadRa. We'll see that the pool is not yet down, should be getting that real soon. There is a drone parked in the backside. Yeah, gonna be throwing down the spawning pool now. Also gonna be doing some mineral harassment. Looks like DuckloadRa opting to pick up that mineral rather than leave it alone. We've got his pylon still standing alone. Looks like he's continuously chrono boosting probes. We'll be sending one out there now to throw down the Nexus real soon. The probe is going to be escaping out. No, it looks like it's going to continue scouting around. The spawning pool is about halfway complete. So DuckloadRa should be throwing down his Nexus first. He does have 17 food, 17 probes already, and the Nexus should be going down. There's the Nexus coming up, and we do have the probe also coming down here to deny the natural expansion for FXO's T-Gun. We'll see what T-Gun responds to this with, if he decides to go for any sort of mass Zergling, Baneling play, or if he decides to just sit back and macro up. So he is getting 6 Zerglings out right now. He does have a queen on the way as well. WhiteRa is throwing down his Forge and his Gateway up at the front. Should be opting to get a Cybernetics core real soon after that to close off this gap. You can easily grab the double gas over here and the double gas in the main to get a ton of gas early on for a Protoss player. And we do have a hatchery coming up for FXO's T-Gun, so he is going to be expanding off of this no one base all in play. He's getting a couple more drones out onto the field. He's getting a second queen up. We also have a gateway coming up for DuckloadRa, is going to be walling this completely off. There is a probe stuck outside of the base, and a photon cannon is also coming up on the inside. FXO's T-Gun has 24 food now. Most of that is in drones. He's continuing to make those drones right now. Another overlord hatching over there, and the second queen is just about finished. We'll see if he decides to go for a quick third base, or if it decides to against that. DuckloadRa actually canceling that gateway a little bit too early, and 2 Zerglings are going to be making their way in here. He will be able to clean up that Zergling very easily, but that Zergling is going to get some vital scouting information, figuring out how many gas that WhiteRa actually has. He only has 1 gas right now. The Cybernetics core is coming up. He's getting his second gas up as well. Cybernetics core is about halfway complete, and T-Gun's natural expansion is now complete as well. Couple of drones now transferring over there. A queen already in position to lay a creep tumor, so he's going to be spreading that creep nice and early to get a good creep spread across the map. He's sending a drone over here, possibly to take his third base really quickly. This is very nice play from T-Gun, knowing that the Protoss player WhiteRa cannot make any sort of aggressive movement outside of his base for any time soon. He's got his 2 gas mining over here. He's got a third gas on the way. He doesn't have much tech at all. He just has his 3 structures over here and a cannon. I like how there's only 1 cannon up. This allows him to spend all of his money on other stuff. We've got a Stargate now on the way for DuckloadRa, and the Zergling still over here is going to be able to scout that out. Doesn't have it in his vision right now. Yes, he does, and that Zergling does get killed off, but he did get the vital scouting information that there is a Stargate, so he will be able to get additional queens out onto the field. There's a Zealot out front who is trying to do some damage over here to T-Gun, but is thwarted by that Queen, possibly a few Zerglings over here as well. Now a Stalker is also joining the fray. There is an Overlord trying to get away. That Overlord may not survive. A couple of Zerglings are going to be coming over here, and that Zala is going to be able to ward them away. A Probe also joining the fight. That Overlord is definitely going down. He may even send his units over to the third base to deny that base. He's got a Overlord over here ripe for the picking as well. And DuckloadRa now throwing up a second Stargate, getting a Void Ray out onto the field. There is a Zealot blocking the gap over here, and he has got his second Stargate on the way. A couple of Zerglings are out in the field. That's quite a few Zerglings, actually. So he's going to be chasing after that Zealot. Zealot is getting in a very nice position to be able to pick off a ton of Zerglings. That Stalker is also getting away. That Zealot is killed off 3 Zerglings already. One more, and he is worth it. There it is. Couple more Zerglings going to be piping in there, as again 6 kills on that one Zealot, so it's a very good use of that one Zealot from DuckloadRa. That Zealot killed off maximum number of Zerglings as it possibly could. 2 Void Rays now on the way, getting chrono boosted on the probes as well. First Void Ray now advancing across the field. The Stalker may or may not join it. It looks like we've got the Zerglings going to be stopping any sort of ground forces from DuckloadRa from advancing across the field. Second Void Ray is now complete. Fourth Void Ray is on the way as well. There is a Stalker over here trying to deflect those Zerglings. Looks like the Zerglings get into the base of DuckloadRa once again, but it's just 1 Zergling actually, and the first Void Ray has made its way over here. We'll be able to begin charging up on that Queen. Will it take it out? Not quite. Looks like that Spore Crawler is now complete. That Void Ray will be backed up right now, and DuckloadRa microing his Void Ray as well as he can. He's got a Zealot now killing the Spore Crawler. Second Void Ray is on the way over here as well. That Spore Crawler, will it go down? It's got half health now. Looks like those 2 Void Rays will be backing up with orange health. Going to be zapping away at these Zerglings right now. DuckloadRa needs to close this off. He is closing it off with a Pylon. Looks like we have a Phoenix also joining the fray here. And looks like this Overlord is going to get killed off. And DuckloadRa is securing a nice air advantage with his mass air units. We'll see what T-Gun responds with. It looks like he does have additional Spore Crawlers on the way, as well as the Hydralisk Den. Where is it? There it is. And it looks like the DuckloadRa is sending all of his air units into the main. And it looks like there is just 1 Queen over here. She can easily go down. And DuckloadRa is actually targeting these Spore Crawlers over there. Is going to be able to clean those Spore Crawlers up very easily. Looks like that Queen did survive, but additional Spore Crawlers trying to get in here. She gets splattered, and the Spore Crawlers trying to burrow as quickly as possible, but they are getting taken out very quickly. 4 charged up Void Rays inside T-Gun's main. This is a lot to deal with early in the game, especially with a very low Hydralisk count. Looks like the first Hydralisk over there getting taken out. 6 more Hydralisks on the way. There's even Phoenix in the air. 2 carriers and a mothership on the way. DuckloadRa going for my favorite build. And it looks like he will be massing up for quite a bit of air army over here. There is 1 cannon trying to work on all of these Zerglings, carriers, mothership, all on the way. And looks like those Void Rays and the Phoenix have been deflected. They are going to be hiding in that corner for the moment. The Zerg missile attacks level 1 and the Groove Spines are on the way for FXO's T-Gun. Looks like that Zergling attack has been deflected, and that cannon has successfully procured 20 kills. And the first carriers are about 75% complete. Look at all of the chrono boosts being spent right there. DuckloadRa not wasting a single ounce of that chrono boost. He's got additional gateways coming up, so he may be going for a huge gateway transition in the middle of this after getting out a couple of Stargate units, such as those carriers. Is he getting the +1? No, he is not. He's finally researching that Warp Gate research. He spent everything on those air units for the moment. The first carrier has spawned out. Second carrier is out again as well. Looks like we're going to be producing some interceptors before going for yet another attack. FXO's T-Gun massing up the Hydras to defend against the air attack. And T-Gun over here spreading the creep as much as possible. Those Hydralisks need that creep, and it looks like he's maybe trying to bust in here, but there are now 2 cannons in position as well as 2 Zealots. And over here, DuckloadRa chrono boosting continuously on those carriers. Looks like we have the attack coming in here right now. The mothership is also out on the field. The Zealots getting surrounded very quickly. but those cannons are cloaked now, and there is no detection for FXO's T-Gun, and all of those units are just kind of milling around. We've got the air units now coming in here. We'll be able to deflect this attack very easily. T-Gun still securing a 140 food advantage over the 107 of DuckloadRa, but DuckloadRa continuing to make those very powerful units. The carriers, the Protoss fleet is coming out in this game. He does have also 5 gateways in his main, 1 gateway up at the front as well. An attack is commencing over here with the Phoenix and the Void Rays and the carriers, and we have the Mothership joining the fight as well. All of the Hydralisks easily cleaned up. T-Gun looking in quite a bit of trouble, actually. He's got a few Hydralisks back here and a Overseer to be able to spot those cloaked units. Looks like those 2 Phoenix easily get taken out very quickly, and the Mothership now joining the fray. She does not have enough energy for any sort of Vortex action just yet. Gonna be targeting down that Mothership as quickly as he possibly can. And it looks like this Protoss fleet has been taken out. DuckloadRa now falling to 68 food, but he still has carriers advancing across the field. We've got the Zerglings all up inside of DuckloadRa's main as well. 1 carrier trying to deal with all of these units. Looks like DuckloadRa has secured himself quite a bit of trouble, actually, trying to build up additional cannons up at the front. Carriers now coming back into the main, trying to clean up all of those Zerglings, but his main Nexus goes down. And Zealot's now spawning in here, going to be trying to clean up all the rest of these Zerglings, along with the Protoss air support. 3 carriers in the air, a couple of Zealots on the ground. That's all that Duckload has right now. Chrono boosting a couple more carriers, also getting another Mothership. A couple more cannons coming up for WhiteRa, so he could have gotten a couple more cannons up at the front. Will have prevented T-Gun from busting in there, throwing up yet another pylon to prevent any sort of busting action. 4 carriers out in the field producing carrier interceptors, going to be advancing towards the main of T-Gun. He's massing his Hydra army up in the center. Will he be able to break WhiteRa again? With this army of Duckload going for the throat, charging into the main of T-Gun. T-Gun at 168 food, 79 food for DuckloadRa. He's getting out his Mothership, is about halfway complete, trying to get additional carriers out here right now. Looks like the Zerglings are slamming into this wall as hard as they possibly can. The cannons doing plenty of damage as of the moment. The Hydralisks also joining the battle. Looks like WhiteRa's carriers are going to be doing a lot of damage in the main. T-Gun basically sacking his main, trying to bust in here. We've got carrier in the main as well, warping in a bunch of Zealots for DuckloadRa right now, but it's just so many Hydralisks, and it's just gateway units and these carriers versus those Hydralisks, and WhiteRa's carrier upgrades are not as good as he would like. He's got the Mothership going to be popping out real soon. Will it come out, or will it get taken out with the Nexus? DuckloadRa does not get the cancel. I don't think he got the cancel, but GG calls Duckload. He has taken out a ton of drones, but he does leave the game, and FXO's T-Gun does take this game against WhiteRa. But WhiteRa's carrier play is quite good on this map. I really like it. Hope to see this build yet again against Zerg players on this map. It's something that I really like to do, something that I sort of copied from WhiteRa, and nice to see it being used in such a high-level game. And this is Aegis. I hope you've enjoyed what you've been watching here, and if you have, please do subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.